What's up, guys? How's it going? My name is Pac-Man, and this is the Game Talk, the show where we talk about anything and everything video game related. Joining me today, we got Batman.
Hey, what's up?
We got Bond.
Howdy.
And we got Chica.
Hi.
And basically, we're just going to talk about video games. We're not professionals. We're not experts, as you're going to tell real quick. But yeah, we're just going to have a conversation. So, what have you guys been playing lately? What video games?
Hold on. I think we should start out by talking about this gameplay behind us. Have you guys even seen this gameplay and how fucking crisp it looks?
I've seen the gameplay. I was part of the gameplay.
Yeah, it's pretty
Well,
nice.
you haven't seen it, like the way it was recorded.
I have not seen this gameplay.
Okay, the gameplay you guys are seeing right now, we recorded, but we didn't watch it back yet. Only Batman has seen this, so we don't know how awesome or...
It was kind of messed up in the first, but new programs.
We don't even know if it's actual gameplay.
Yeah, we don't even know if it's our gameplay. Batman could just jack somebody else.
Let's be honest. It's me touching myself the entire time.
Whoa.
Well, okay, so
Let's not go there.
recently I've been playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I got it for $374 on Steam. It's on sale. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, Bond has been trying to convince me to get this game, but I watched some reviews and gameplay, and the graphics are horrible. Because
Wait, you didn't...
Of course
Hold
they're
on, hold on.
horrible.
It's an older game, yes, but
You
I don't
never
know if I
played
want to
San
spend money on that.
Andreas?
What?
You never
Okay.
played San Andreas?
I have
Yeah,
never
Pac-Man,
played
you've
a
gotta
Grand
play San
Theft Auto
Andreas.
game at all.
Okay.
Not a
hold on.
true game.
How much? Yeah, you're really not.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 4 is like how much? It's like $30 right now. $24.99 right now at GameStop.
Start off with
Go
San
pick it up.
Andreas. $374 on Steam.
Yeah.
Just start
Like,
off with
seriously.
San Andreas.
Well, I just
And that's
got a
a
game.
legend
I
game.
don't... Wait, what game?
San
Chica?
Andreas.
San
Have you heard of the
Andreas?
coffee mod?
No, I have not.
Josh has.
Of course, Bond would. You dirty
Coffee
bitch.
So
mod
let's
is
start
like-
with some questions.
Okay, so we know what Bond's been playing. How about you, Chica? What have you been playing lately?
I just started playing God of War. The first one.
The very first one.
Nice.
So PS2.
No, yeah, for PS2, but it's on my PS3 because it's...
Oh.
Is that
That's
the
just
first God of War
fancy.
game you've ever played?
Yeah.
So wait, you own it. You own a PS3, and you go on and on about how PS3 has great games, but you have never even played God of War until now.
Hey, I have never said PS3 has great games. I have said that it's better than Xbox because it runs better.
PS3
Are you listening to
It
this
does have
audience?
great games though.
It does.
I mean,
it does have good games. I'm gonna
Listen
say
here.
that.
They have Little Big Planet. You can't beat Little Big Planet.
I haven't played that.
I've never played it.
You
because I don't own a
can't beat
PS3.
Uncharted or Infamous, although I do have an Xbox.
You can beat Infamous, but you can't beat Uncharted, and you can't beat Little Big Planet.
I actually heard that they
And
were.
soon The Last of Us.
Well, it's been a rumor, an
Yes,
ongoing
and
rumor
that
that
one
they're going to
too.
be like making Uncharted into a movie.
Probably, dude.
And
That'd be awesome.
they actually had Mark Wahlberg.
They're
he
making
was,
can see
Ratchet
that.
and Clank
he was
into
set to
a
play
movie.
Drake.
Oh,
Dude.
no way. Jeremy
Okay.
Renner would be a perfect Drake.
No.
Who's-
Let's talk about this. Ratchet and Clank is a movie. I played Going Commando on PS2. I lost count on beating that game like 78 times. I played the absolute shit out of that game. Like legit 78 times. I went through that
Me
game.
too. Oh yeah, I've
Because
gone
once
through
you
that
go through
game.
that game, you have the Rhino, and you can just run through.
I know.
every
Oh
map
my
and
gosh.
straight- Oh my.
Okay,
I
I have
love
a,
the Rhino.
I have two PS2s, and I have like 3 Ratchet and Clank games, but I've never beat one of them.
Are you kidding me? And if you let me guess, you never beat Jack and Daxter or any of them.
Yeah, I think no, it's because I always lose my memory card and I
You
forget
need to
where I
go
put
back.
it.
You need
have
to
to
go
beat Jack
back.
and Daxter. That one's easy as shit.
I have Jack
and
Daxter.
Jack 2 and Jack 3.
Jack 3 is sweet. I got stuck on a
Is there a
boss.
Jack 4? I
I
think
still
there
haven't
is.
beat it.
And then there's Jack Racing. Don't play that one.
Oh,
You
no,
don't need to
Jack
play-
Racing, Jack X Racing. That is an
Of
awesome
course,
game.
of course. Here we go.
No,
Yeah, of
that
course.
game is that game
Don't
is
play
sweet.
Jack 1, 2, and 3. Just play Jack Racing. No.
No, I
Jack
played them
Racing.
all. I just haven't beat. Okay, I own a lot of video games, but I've only beat like.
So hold on. Basically, you're saying you've played Mario Kart, but you haven't played Super Mario 64.
No, I've played Super Mario 64.
No.
Yes,
You
and
go back.
I own
Tomorrow,
Super Mario
you're not
64
doing
DS.
anything. You're going to play Jak 1, 2, and 3.
Well, I gotta
and you're
find my
not playing
PS2
Jak
too.
Racing.
I own 2 PS2s. I just gotta
Go and buy
plug
one
them
for
in.
$15.
No, I own 2 of them, like the old school
Dude,
big fat ones.
Mine's right over there. I know exactly where it is. I know exactly where
Doesn't
my
matter how many
Xbox.
PlayStation 2s you own. It matters how many Jacks you own.
I own all
and
the
how many
jacks.
Jacks you beat.
I own.
Play it.
Well, not all the jacks.
Okay,
Ratchet
let's
and
be
Clank.
honest.
What?
Wii is
Well,
definitely
honest about it.
the best system.
Get out.
Okay,
Shut up.
Bond,
Get out.
I'm
Get
gonna
out.
kick you from this conversation. Don't even go there. Okay, I like Nintendo.
Kidding.
I like Nintendo, but the
No.
Wii, I don't know. It seems like every Nintendo platform, they have like like a handful of good games, like Mario, Zelda, and then they only have a couple of each game, and then like everything else is junk. So you
When
buy like
are
a
they
whole
going
platform.
to add online play to Wii? I mean, let's be real here. Hashtag real talk.
Well,
They
they
do
have
have online
online
play.
play. It's
Not
just
really. It's not
horrible.
in depth.
You have to use friend codes and
Yeah.
yeah. I think
It's like-
Nintendo
Friend
used the
codes?
friend
Get
codes
with
because
the
for safety and
times.
stuff.
Pound?
Nintendo.
Go
Oh
ahead,
You
my
mean
what?
like a secret code that you have to like know each other personally in order to add each other?
Yeah, they're called friend
Yes.
codes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's totally in
Well,
Toontown.
it is a family system. They don't want their 10-year-old
So
kids
what?
to be playing with like 40-year-old men.
So what? The only reason I owned a Wii was for Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Twilight Princess.
That just
And the only
proves
reason
that
I
those-
own a DS is for Pokemon. I don't
True.
own a DS.
I've
I own a
only played-
DSi. I'm not buying any more DSs.
Yeah, I bought a DS. I had the original, like the fat version, with like the Metroid Prime demo
That's the
that
good
came with
stuff.
it. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
sold that like about 2 years ago, and I bought an Xbox, and I haven't gone back because like DS games, they costed like $30-$40 per DS game when it came out. And then I was looking over at like Xbox, and there were like all these used games for like $10-$20 with way better graphics. I'm like, why am I spending $40 on Animal Crossing when I could be like playing Gears of War
It's
and
gameplay,
Halo?
not graphics. But let me say
Well, yeah, true, but still.
that Mario Kart, the first Mario Kart that ever came out for DS, is still at GameStop, and it is still $35. That's how
True.
great of a
That
game
game
it is.
is a great game.
It's pretty awesome.
I own that game, and I beat that game. So there's one game I beat.
Everyone, yeah. Well, finally.
I had
I
to
played
play
Mario
on easy
Kart on Nintendo 64 the first time yesterday.
for the first time.
For the first time.
I like the
I
DS
beat
one
it.
because
The
you could be
first
like Wario, Luigi, Waluigi. You could be like 4 different people. Yoshi.
Waluigi.
I was
Yeah,
Peach.
yeah, whatever. But I liked it because you could, and the graphics were better too.
Did you guys ever play Pokemon Coliseum
My little
Yeah, I
brother
played
played that
that.
game.
for
I played
GameCube?
Pokemon on the Game Boys.
I think that's the
Got
one
it.
where not Pokemon. It's not Pokemon Stadium. It's two different things. It's one that was like Dark Pokemon. You started out with Umbreon and Embryon, I think. That's like the light and dark version of Eevee, and like
The
those
Game
were
Boy one? What?
no, not the Game Boy one. This is a GameCube one.
Oh.
And like you started out with those two, and then you built your team by like you battled trainers and you caught their dark Pokemon that were possessed or something. I don't know. I don't really remember, but I remember how much fun that game was.
I
Did anyone ever
never
play it?
really got into Pokemon games. Like the only one I have ever played is Fire Red for the Game Boy Advance. That's the only one I own.
Come on.
No, and I
I
only
played
bought it.
Pokemon Ruby. And
I
gotta
only
agree
bought
with Adam.
this Fire
I mean,
Red one
Pokemon.
because it was
Ruby
like
and Sapphire are my favorite. Ruby, Sapphire, and Diamond are my favorites by far. Like those are like I know they're not great, but they're my favorites by far. They're
okay.
just like
Pokemon.
in
I'm
a-
just gonna say this: Pokemon is like Nintendo's version of Call of Duty. Like they come out with the same game, and they add new stuff, but it feels like the same game over.
and
over.
I'm still gonna buy it every time.
Well, I'm
Except
not
for I
saying
haven't
it's a
bought
bad
still a
game.
great
I'm
game.
just. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around why
No, I
everybody will
totally
like.
agree with you, Pac-Man. Totally
Yeah, they'll
agree
like
with you.
shell out money for this new game, and like my little brothers do it too. They'll like spend $40 on a new Pokemon game, and I'm like, it's the same game. They just like changed the name of the Pokemon, and like
So
I don't know. It's like they just reversed the lettering because
Better
like the names don't even
graphics,
make
come
sense.
on.
And I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never
there's
been a
so
big
many
fan of
times.
Pokemon.
There's like so many times that you can just battle and fight for a Pokemon, and then walk through grass and fight for a Pokemon. It's just annoying, honestly.
So,
I'm not gonna
wait,
lie.
Pokemon
Okay,
is
but
probably
if you-
the number
if
one
you didn't
greatest
buy-
game in existence.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but if you didn't buy more Call of Duties, if you were still playing Call of Duty 4, you could not get in a single match that was not modded. If you went on right now and tried to play
Yeah.
a single match, it would be every
I
single
hate
match would be
that. I
modded,
hate that.
which is why you have to keep up with the times and keep buying Call of Duty games because they don't give a shit about their old games anymore. Call of Duty 4 is so modded. World at
Well,
War is
yeah, but
okay.
you can't really mod a Pokemon game.
You
Yeah,
Yeah,
can.
it's
well-
not really an online game.
You
at
can
least.
buy
Well,
shit.
I
dude.
mean, the thing about Nintendo is it doesn't really do online a lot, so it's not like they have lobbies for Pokemon trainers.
And that's their problem. I mean, they need a new like department mature games with blood and guts and killing instead of just
Pokemon
Animal
and Blood
Crossing.
and Guts. That doesn't.
That would be
An
so awesome.
M-rated Pokemon game.
Well, the thing about
I'm not saying
Nintendo
that.
is like they don't have a lot of third-party support from like game developers, so they have all their flagship titles like Mario, Link, and stuff, but everybody else, like all the other developers, they moved to Microsoft and Sony because I guess it's just a better platform. PS3.
Yeah,
and
well,
Xbox
yeah, this is such a smarter
are
decision
just a
to go
better
with those
platform
two,
to.
other than Wii.
Yeah. I don't know, Wii. I never liked the Wii. Like motion controllers. If it wasn't for the Wii, we wouldn't have any of this motion control stuff. And I hate motion controls. It's like
Yeah,
the Wii
I want to
crushed the
sit there and
gaming
relax,
industry
dude.
with the motion controls. I hope with the PS4 and the new Xbox that like they steer away from the motion thing because that was like no, I don't like motion.
I like
wanna-
the Kinect.
No.
like
you
for
do
some
not.
games it's
You like
it's all
standing there
right.
for 3 hours and playing? No, I like sitting in my chair and relaxing. I'm fine with a little motion. Where like in a racing game, you would kind of move your controller to steer a little bit when you have your controller, but not like completely steer your controller and be moving around the entire time. I'm fine with a little motion. I mean, PS3 has a little motion, don't they? Little Big Planet had a little bit.
Shakira's hips have a little motion, you know what I'm saying?
Funny.
let's not
Get
go-
outta here.
Hey, your
I
hips
do
don't
agree with
lie,
Chica.
okay?
The Kinect is probably the best of any of the motion controllers, especially when you want to do like workout games or exercising games like
Well,
for
I mean,
Just
for-
Who
Dance.
wants to do that
dancing
besides a
games,
40-year-old
Dance
woman?
It
games
makes
are pretty
sense.
fun.
Like for
Not gonna
Dance Dance
lie.
Revolution and those kind of games, motion controls make sense, but pretty much for everything else, it just feels like a gimmick almost. Like they
You
You
just
know what?
throw
I
in
don't
this
think
motion
the Wii
thing.
came out with motion at all. I mean, I don't know who did
Well,
first,
yeah,
but
no,
I remember
it did
the
not.
Well,
PS2 had
actually,
the
they had motion controls way back on the Super Nintendo, like with Duck Hunt. They had that gun, so like it's not a
They had
new.
motion controls in like the 80s.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
like on
arcade.
arcades, you had those guns and stuff. So it's not a new technology. They just
They need to sit
packaged
down.
it in a
Stop.
way and made it better than it was. And
They need to stop.
I like holding a controller in my hand. I don't like using my hands and waving them around. For some games, it's all right, but I don't know.
And
Motion
it's so
controls
glitchy.
are
You want to play volleyball with Kinect? Okay, that's not going to work out very
Like-
well.
You're like playing in your living room. You're playing like a snowboarding game or like what do you call it? A skiing game. You're like skiing down a mountain, and like your neighbor sees you through the window, and you're like thrusting your hips, and it just looks so weird, you know.
See,
So I don't
that
know.
doesn't
You
bother
just
me.
look
It's
stupid.
just like the fact that people spend more and more money on games that are like exactly the same. Like they do the same thing. It just gets so boring for me after a while. After
Yeah,
like
I'm not
2
gonna
games,
lie. I'm
I'm
not gonna
so
spend
done.
more money on a COD game.
I'm not
I'm
talking
done
about
with
COD.
COD. Well, it's
Well, what do you
so
guys think of Call of Duty Ghosts, huh? While we're on the subject.
Call of Duty.
I haven't
Call of
even
Duty
seen
what?
anything. What I like to do with
Call of
Call of
Duty
Duty
Ghosts.
is not know anything until the game actually comes out. So I'm excited.
I
I
hope
try
they
to
change
steer
some
away
stuff
from
up.
everything.
Like I hope they fix spawn points and like spawning, and they
They're
don't just
they're
like.
not going to.
Whatever.
Like I like
spawning
playing
is
Black
10
Ops
times
2.
better.
It's pretty fun, but I don't really like the Call of Duty series at all. Sorry.
Okay, well, spawning is 10 times better than the other game. Treyarch has
I
done
like
an
Black
amazing job.
I mean, it's definitely got better over the years, but it's still not what it could be. Because
And if you don't like having shitty spawns, stop playing Capture the Flag.
well,
stop
actually,
playing
I
with Kingdom.
prefer playing. I like Battlefield better than Call of Duty. I mean, I like both franchises, but Call of Duty, the spawning, it's like you spawn on your teammate, so like the spawns are constantly moving because your teammates are constantly moving. So I don't get spawn killed that much in Battlefield. So I think in that way, Battlefield like holds a slight edge over Call of Duty, just because.
Oh, you guys are being babies. Who cares about where you spawn?
Well, I think that Treyarch and Infinity Ward, they need to focus more on, like on the spawn points or on weapon equalization, and less on the glamour of the maps and camo and
Yeah, they like added
like
a
that.
bacon camo and all that
Are you-
stuff.
They have a patch every couple of weeks to patch guns, and they listen to the community.
Yeah, they
Black Ops
do.
2 has been
They
the
do
first
listen to the
one where they
community.
actually listen to the community and want to know what people think. And if they didn't patch it, like I don't. What was the most powerful gun when the game came out? Probably the M8 or the M8 or the Evo. If they wouldn't have patched those, those are the only two guns people would be using right now. But they patched them.
Yeah.
People aren't really using them anymore. People are not
But you
using
know-
the MSMC, PDW, AN94. Still the M8 because it's a great gun if you can use it, if you can pull your trigger fast enough. But if they patch it every couple weeks, and I don't know how you're saying that they don't patch it, and they need to focus more on equalization of the guns
Well, I
and
mean,
less glamour of the maps.
they do patch stuff. I'll give them that. Like, they don't just put out a game and then they don't fix any problems that come out with it. Like, they do patch stuff. But I'm saying, like, with, like, they make, out of, like, any franchise there is, they make the most amount of money. Like, Black Ops 2 made, I don't know, what was it? Something like
It made
$1 billion.
several million.
Like, in a couple of days, it was, like, surpassing movie blockbusters that have come out, like, in the box office. It was, like, making a lot of money. So, like, with all that money, it seems like they could put it back into the game, at least some of it. And just,
Well, they
like,
do. I mean, I think it's
fix some
completely worth
things.
it. If you think about it, you can go, like, how much are movies these days? Like $12, $14? If you go to a movie, you get, like, 2 hours of fun. Like, not even fun. You get
yeah,
to sit
the,
there and
the
watch a
replay
movie.
value for movies isn't great.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like, you buy
But
a
if you-
ticket, your money's gone.
Yeah, if you buy a video game, if you buy Call of Duty Black Ops 2, you bring it home, it's $60. I mean, how many hours of gameplay do you get every night if you sit there and actually want to play? Like, you can get so many hours of replay value out of Call of Duty, and that's why I think it's so valuable to everyone.
Yeah,
Like,
video
you can't
games,
sit
that's why I
there
think
and
video games
play
will never die, because
God of War
the
so
value
many
is
times.
just so good.
Well, like Batman, have you played Battlefield?
Yeah, I've played up through 2. I haven't played 3.
Well, you kind of see what I mean. Like, I know they're very different. I know Battlefield is more realistic and Call of Duty is more fun and arcade, but I kind of like how Battlefield has more realistic buildings. I mean, I know it's just a game, but
So you can blow up a building.
You
That's
wouldn't.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't really be fighting in a lava-filled Chinatown, or you wouldn't be fighting in a movie studio, or
Why would
like
you
any
be
of these
fighting?
ridiculous places.
What does it matter though? I mean, they're maps.
It really doesn't. They're just maps. You
Why
just
not?
collect-
It
I'm
just
just
depends
saying,
on, like, what you prefer. Because, like, I've always thought of Call of Duty as more of, like, an arcade type of shooter, because it just has that feeling that, like, everything's fast and action-packed. Call of Duty,
That's what I love about
Battlefield.
Call of Duty.
Battlefield is more like a tactical, kind of like work as a team type of game.
I still think COD's
Exactly.
better. I mean, you don't see a $500,000 tournament for Battlefield.
Well, that's true. More people do play Call of Duty, and I think it's just because it's extremely easy to pick up and play. Like, you just figure out the shoot button, the fire button, the knife button, and you're good to go. It's not a lot
Not
of...
in Black Ops 2. You can't knife in Black Ops 2. Good luck with that.
Well, quantity is not always quality.
Well, like I
So
said, it
even
just
though
depends
even though
on...
half of the population of the world is playing Call of Duty, that doesn't necessarily mean it is the best. It is fun. They do make a lot of revenue from their games, and they do put a lot of it into the games, but just because of that, it doesn't mean that it is the best.
I think
Didn't say
they
it
both
was the
probably have
best.
their pros and cons. So
I mean, every game
I haven't
does.
played Battlefield, but I don't care for it.
Yeah,
I don't
I
care
mean,
to pick it up and play it.
Battlefield is more large combat scenarios. You can, like, drive vehicles. Like, you can't do that in Call of Duty. Well, I'm
but
sure
that's
you
what
could
I
do
hate
it.
about games like that, though.
I mean-
I hate the big maps in Call of Duty. I would love to play Nuketown-sized maps for the rest of my life.
Yeah, no. I don't mind the big maps. I think that the thing why I didn't pick up Battlefield 3 is because Call of Duty. I already spent $60 on Call of Duty. I'm gonna get so much replay out of
Right.
that. I'm gonna get
That's
so
true.
much so much gameplay out of Assassin's Creed 3, Far Cry 3. I have had no need to pick up Battlefield 3. I
Me
can
neither.
like pick up Black Ops 2 and have my fix for my first person shooter for the day, and then move on to Assassin's Creed 3. I don't need
Yeah.
Battlefield 3 and Call of Duty.
Well,
That's just my opinion, and I chose Call of Duty.
those two Battlefield and Call of Duty kind of they're kind of made for different people. Like Call of Duty is kind of like what you guys saying. If you're getting home from work and you got 10 minutes until you have to take a dump or whatever, you can go play a match of team deathmatch, and then that's good. But you need more time to invest in Battlefield because it can take like up to 2 hours just to play one match.
Yeah, the battles do last longer. So, like Call of Duty, it's more, like I said, pick up and play. Like the matches normally, they're like 10 minutes long, so you know what you're going to get. With Battlefield, it's like you could sit down and like you're still playing the same match an hour later. So it just depends on
I don't mind that at all, though.
what you prefer and like how long you want to sit there in front of your TV.
I think that's a smart move on Call of Duty's part, though, because people, like, they don't like to sit there and they don't like to wait. They want it now and they want it fast and they want to keep it going. They want it going constantly. They don't want to wait and they don't want to sit there and they don't want to wait for people to walk by and to kill them. They don't want to run 3 miles across the map just to kill someone.
Exactly.
They want
People
it
don't
does
want to
make
wait,
sense.
but still wait a month to release the DLCs for PS3 and PC.
Well, it
It's
does
just
make
'cause
sense
they
that
favor Xbox.
that Battlefield like matches do last longer, because if they only lasted 10 minutes, nothing would happen, because like the battlefields they're really big. So you'd be like running for like, I don't know, 3 minutes, and like the match is already like 1/4 of the way over. So it makes sense that they wouldn't put a time limit on Battlefield matches and they would on Call of Duty, just because Call of Duty, the maps are smaller and everything's has a faster pace.
I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be Battlefield if it doesn't take an hour and a half to do one match. Like, that's Battlefield, and Call of Duty is short and fast, and that's Call of Duty. So to each to his own, because I prefer Battlefield, other people prefer Call of Duty. We could love it the exact same, but it's just what you prefer.
Yeah, it's just what you like prefer personally. Like, I like playing both games. Like, I'll play Call of Duty, and then after a while, it just gets boring, because any game gets boring after you play it for so long. But then you could like switch to, say, Gears of War or just any other type of game, just because the gameplay varies on each game you play. So it's like maybe sometimes you want to play with vehicles, you go to Battlefield. Sometimes you want to have faster pace, you go to Call of Duty. Sometimes you don't even want to play a shooter, and then you'd go to, like, I don't know, the Wii. Because they have like
it comes
no
back
shooters.
to being different types
Nobody
of like
ever goes
who
to the
plays
Wii,
what.
unless you're
Yeah,
5.
fuck that. But yeah, it comes back to
Absolutely.
who plays
That's fine.
what. Like, I cannot play Gears of War for the life of me. Well, if I practice, I probably could, but I can pick up Call of Duty and just go ham on everyone.
Yeah, it's just a different feel. Like,
Go
all the shooters
ham.
have different
It
feels.
is a very
Hard
different
as a motherfucker.
Gears of War is like, it's a
That's
third-person
one.
shooter. And Battlefield and Call of Duty, they're first-person shooters. So in just that aspect, it's different. And it's hard to kind of switch over. Because I've played Battlefield for like a couple matches, and then I try to go to Call of Duty, and like, I suck at it because I'm just used to the Battlefield mechanics and vice versa. It's hard to just jump right back into another game.
I
Yeah,
heard
it's
you
really
weren't
a
very good at
mindset
COD.
thing. Call of it.
No,
He's
I
not.
suck at COD.
He's terrible. But it's really
Yeah,
a
he's not
mindset
very good.
thing with me. Like, sometimes if my mind's like not in the game, I'm gonna be just running around
Yeah,
aimlessly, not
That's
doing anything.
exactly
But I
right.
have to, like, when I'm sniping or doing anything, I have to like get my mind into the game, actually focus on Call of Duty, or people are just gonna come up behind me and kill me. Like, you have to have your
And
mind in the game.
It can be like, this kind of sounds weird, but it can be kind of psychological. Like, if maybe my internet's bad and I just start losing because of the lag, and then maybe the internet gets better, but I'm mad and I'm like getting angry over like getting killed. So now I'm mad. So now I'm maybe going to be more aggressive and
Yeah,
get myself
sometimes
killed even
it's
more.
sometimes good just to stand there and just be like, all right, dude, I need to calm down and just slow it down,
Yeah.
scope every corner, and we're gonna get some kills. And once you start getting
Like-
kills, you're gonna start doing better because you get confidence and you're ready to go.
You don't
That's just
want
me,
to
though.
drive angry. You don't want to, I don't know. You don't want to
Exactly.
really do
You don't
anything
wanna
wanna
play
play
angry.
COD angry.
to
You don't want to play COD angry because then you're going to be aggressive and you're going to be making stupid decisions.
Then you're gonna hurt little kids' feelings. You're gonna be
No,
like,
that's not it. You're
little
going to be
kid,
dying and your
you
KD
kill
is going
me,
to be
and
terrible.
no.
I'm always in the party when I'm playing Call of Duty. I can't deal with the Call of Duty fan base sometimes because there's just 11-year-olds, which I don't mind playing against.
Sorry,
It's fine
gaming
with
with
me.
pride.
Yeah, everyone knows it. Even if you're a hardcore Call of Duty fanboy, the fan base for Call of Duty,
Well,
there are a lot
it's
of
just
12,
the Call of Duty
13
fan base is just so buried though. So you have
That's
new
true.
players, you have pros, and they kind of just like all mesh together in one like big. I don't know,
But
like
I can't stand
Which is
it, dude.
kind of a flaw in itself though, because you have people just starting out versing like master prestiges, and they just get pwned and they don't really earn experience points.
No,
Which
there are different
I know that
tiers, dude.
I know. Well, yeah, I mean, I know that they try to match them up based on their rank and based on their skill, but sometimes it doesn't always work, and so you just get one team full of pro players just pwning the other team, going like 75 on 10 on team deathmatch or something.
Yeah, that's true. But sometimes it just has to do with the lag. And like if the host is on one team, I'm sure this is for all games. If the host is on one team, it's gonna favor that team some games, and that's just shit. And that's something they need to fix. I don't know if they can, but that's something they need to fix. If the host is on a team, that doesn't mean they automatically win. They get the
it
4
just like
bar,
depends on internet connection and stuff.
which is why I hated Modern Warfare 3 with a passion. Like I thought, like the whole entire time, I was 3-barring it, and I was terrible with Modern Warfare 3. But like Modern Warfare 3, I think the servers were just terrible. I can't deal with it, dude. I would never go back to that game.
Modern Warfare 3.
Modern Warfare 3
I
or 4.
played.
It was 4. Yeah, 4.
Do any of
Talk
you
about
play
4.
the campaigns for any of the Call
I
of
Modern
Duty?
play
Warfare
every
4.
campaign.
No.
'Cause,
I
like,
will tell you right now, I do not play campaigns on Call of Duty. They're too linear. They try to control your every single move.
Not the new
They're
one,
They're
not
so
Black Ops
awesome,
2.
dude. I play every single
Yeah.
one, and I beat it on veteran. Just except for Call of Duty 4, that sniper mission is just terrible, dude.
do you normally play like a campaign from start to finish all the way through, or do you
Yeah.
like start and stop over a time period?
No, I play all the way through. What I do is I pick
Yeah.
up the game at midnight. I play my campaign, play like 2 or 3 matches online. I don't like playing online unless my friends are online because it's just like something we've done since the start. I don't play zombies till my friends get on. Just like 2 or 3 friends we always play together. Like first, like we like to see all the maps. We like to do all this together. But I play campaign first. I beat it, and then I moved to online.
Well, I think
And
the campaign is a good like starting point, like to get the controls down, especially if you're new to a shooter. But I have never been able to just buy a game, sit down, and play the campaign all the way through.
Yeah,
Okay,
that can be
well-
hard sometimes.
On a
'Cause, like,
totally different note.
That's what she said.
It didn't even make. I didn't even. Okay. Yes. Continue, Chico. What were you gonna say?
On a totally different note, when I was playing God of War, I had sex with 2 girls
Whoa.
at the same
So
time.
there's that.
Yeah. So that happened. Yeah.
did you square X
some-
them?
Sometimes, like, if you like, I got New Vegas, and I love New Vegas. Like, I'll play that for hours, but then I'll just play it, like, too much, and it'll get boring, and then I'll go play some Call of Duty, or I'll play Dead Island, or I'll play Borderlands, and then I'll get stuck on those games, and it'll be like months before I even get back to New Vegas.
Yeah. So a
So
lot of the time,
it's hard to
like when I
complete
played the
campaigns.
first Black Ops, I played the campaign, and I didn't actually finish the campaign until the second Black Ops came out. Because like I just like play a couple levels and then I don't touch it again. And then by the end of the game, I didn't even know what was going on. I'm like, I had no idea where the story went. Like it was supposed to be like, I didn't even understand it. I was like, what just happened? Because like it's all cut up and kind of done in flashbacks. So you have to pay attention. And after I'd play one day, I'd forget everything and then I'd go play it again. And by the end of it, I was just like, I don't even know what happened. What game am I playing? You know? But that's just how I am. So
I don't do that. I had to play all the way through it because I don't know. I just love the Call of Duty storylines. Some people say they're too linear, but I just love all of them. I can do them all, do every single one of them. But yeah, I think We should probably do this a little conclusion here.
Yes, we are almost at half an hour right now. So if you're listening to this and you're still listening, well, you are awesome, and you should leave some
Patient.
comments. You're patient. Yes, you're patient and awesome
Very
for listening
patient.
to us ramble on. But
Your number one fan of the week.
yeah, but if you guys want to have a topic that you guys want us to talk about, feel free to post a comment down below, and we will try to talk about it because we need topics, because we have very small brains. At least some of us do.
Speak for yourself.
Bond. Bond.
So,
Okay.
But yeah,
Very
thanks
smart.
for watching. Thanks for listening to us. Feel free to subscribe if you want to stay up to date. You can like this video, share it with a friend. It's up to you.
or
let's-
friends.
Or friends if you have friends. We don't have friends, so we make podcasts and stuff like this. Not really. We have friends. Some of us.
Yeah,
do.
we
Have a
have
nice
friends.
day.
Yeah. So thanks for watching. Like I said, subscribe, do all that. Leave us a comment, tell us what you thought, and we will catch you in our next video. From all of us here at Gamer with Pride. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Peace out.
And
Later.
we will catch you guys later.